Good day, everyone. This is John from Square Zero, and I am excited for our guest today. His name is Ababou. He is a UAAP star, a PBA player with numerous accolades, and also a 3-on-3 mainstay in our 3-on-3 national team. I am very happy to have hosted this guy. He's an inspiration to everyone that knows him, and I hope that through this video, you'll get to know him too, what he stands for, and become an inspiration to you as well. Enjoy, everyone.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My guest is extremely special because he played the sport that I love at the highest level here in the Philippines. Dylan, thank you so much for joining me today. It's an honor. I have always loved basketball, and anyone who's made it at that level is someone who I respect tremendously and someone who I am very interested in getting to know a lot more. And you've had an amazing college career starting off as a sixth man of the year in 2006, and then you became a scoring champion and MVP in 2009. And even your start in the PBA was actually very strong. You were an all-star and all-rookie team in 2012. Unfortunately, you were derailed by injuries, back-to-back injuries to your, I think it was your ACL that really took you a while to recover from. So yeah, you were a very promising basketball player, and I watched you a lot when I was following the UAAP back in the day. And as you know, almost every kid here in our country dreams of playing basketball professionally, and you live that dream. But because every kid wants that, and there's only limited slots in the PBA and the UAP, not everyone can live that dream. So for the kids that are in elementary or high school, or just for the parents that have dreams of their kids playing and they share that dream, how do you make that, like, what were the key elements that help you make that dream reality when you were starting out? So that's my first question. So
Oh yeah. So hi Jan, thank you very much for inviting me to your show. And ayun, like every other kid, bata pa lang ako, sobrang love ko ng basketball. I think I started 6 or 7 years old. Yan, sa mga kali-kali din, kasama si kaibigan Bernard natin.
Bernard, shout out kay Bernard.
Bernard, oo.
Thanks for
So,
connecting us, Burns.
oo. So, first of all, God first talaga. Kailangan pinaka-important si Lord. Kailangan lagi ka nagpe-pray kay Lord na, Lord, gusto ko maging magaling na basketball player. Tulungan mo ako, oh, Lord, guide mo ako, protect mo ako. Yun ang pinakauna. Kasi nga, if you make the Lord your most important, He will take care of what is important to you. So, yun ang una-una natin. Pangalawa, since you have the Lord, you have the most powerful, supreme being in the whole universe, kailangan mangarap ka ng mataas. Kasi libre lang naman ang mangarap. So, bakit ka mangarap ng mababa? Pag nangarap ka ng mababa, hindi, kahit ano lang, kahit mag-varsity lang ako na elementary, ay hindi, kahit ano lang ako, makashoot lang ako ng 10 points. Ay hindi, kahit makuwala ako sa varsity. 'Di ba? Ang baba natin mangarap. Bakit tayo mababa ang mangarap? Ibig sabihin, dinadoubt natin si Lord na hindi niya kayang ibigay yung best sa life natin. So, meron tayong faith issue. So, kailangan natin tanggalin yun. Libre ang pangarap. Sky is the limit, 'di ba? Taasan mo na. So, pangatlo naman, since you have a big God, you have in control God, kailangan maniwala ka. Sabihin mo sa sarili mo, hindi mo kailangan sabihin sa iba to, sa sarili mo lang. Sabihin mo sa sarili mo, ikaw ang pinakamagaling na player sa buong mundo. 'Di ba?
Nice.
Yun yung yun yung Bible verse na promote din ni Steph Curry na nasa Philippians 4:13
Philippians
yung
4:13, yeah. I can do all things through Christ. Yeah.
who strengthens me. So pag sinabi mong I can do all things, kasama doon yung acceptance, kasama doon yung strength. Acceptance na kaya mong i-accept kung bigay sa'yo ni Lord yung blessing na maging pinakamagaling na player nga sa buong mundo. Kasama din yung acceptance na hindi ibigay sa'yo ni Lord yung MVP na gusto mo, yung championship na gusto mo. Pero at least, you believe, di ba? You have faith na you are the best player in the world. Pero you're accepting and willing to submit also to His will kung hindi niya ibigay yun. Kasi actually, laging win-win situation sa life natin eh. Di ba? God answers prayers in three ways. First, yes. Nag-pray tayo, binigay agad.
Yeah.
Kasama na rin sa yes yung hindi naman natin pinag-pray, binigay. Di ba?
Oo.
Kasama sa
Oo.
yes yun. Pangalawa, no. Ibig sabihin ng no, makaka-harm din sa atin. Di ba? Nagpe-pray ka ng Ferrari. Eh, wala ka namang panggas, di ba? Siyempre, hindi didinggin ni, ni Lord yung prayer mo na Ferrari, di ba? Kasi makaka-harm lang sa'yo. Pangatlo, wait. O kaya not yet. So,
Oo.
doon sa not yet, win-win situation pa rin kasi while waiting, you're developing the character of patience, self-control, kindness, gentleness, di ba? Perseverance, endurance. Nade-develop mo yung mga ano na yan, mga values, mga characters na yan. And then, pag hindi naman niya binigay yung pinagpipray mo, for sure, ibibigay niya mas maganda. So, lahat win-win. So,
Yeah.
yun ang
Yeah.
papayo natin sa mga kabataan, di ba? Dream big, God first, believe that you're the best in the universe. Siyempre, yung hard work naman, dapat automatic na yun. We don't teach effort here. Dapat automatic na yun.
Goes without saying, no?
Oh.
Yeah. So you, even as a kid, I know from looking at the internet na nag-start ka around 8 years old, right? Have you always had this mindset? And if not, like how did you develop that mindset? And then if yes, that's amazing. Where did you learn that as an 8-year-old? Diba?
Well, nung time kasi na yun, yung lola ko kasi very active siya sa church. And then, yung school naman namin, yung Siena College, Quezon City, very gospel-centered. So, tinuturo talaga yung proper relationship with the Lord, with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And then, yung ano naman, yung pagiging the best on what you can be, the best version of yourself, the best player in the world, yung sky's the limit. Tinuro nung coach namin nung elementary. Nung mga ano na ako noon, mga 10 years old na ako noon, sky's the limit. Kung mangangarap ka, taasan mo na, dapat langit. Para pag di mo na nakamit, si Coach Bang tumapat yan eh, coach namin ng elementary high school, saka elementary and high school sa Siena College, Quezon City. Para pag hindi mo nakuha yung langit, ang bagsak mo, bubong. So yung bubong, PBA. Pag mababa lang yung pangarap mo, bagsak mo lupa. So ano yun, mababa yung pagbabagsakan mo na yun. So, yun, yung ano na yun, yung mindset kasi na yun, lagi ko kasi sinasabi sa sarili ko nung kahit nung mga 8 years old ako, 7, 9 years old, maglalaro ko sa NBA, tulungan mo ako, Lord. Yun yung ano ko. Actually, hanggang ngayon eh. Pero syempre, nung mga 8, 9, 10 years old ako, syempre, pag kinikwento ko yun sa mga kaibigan ko, pinagtatawanan ako. Tapos pag tinatanong ko sila, gusto niyo ba mag-NBA? Gusto niyo ba mag-PBA? Ang sagot nila mediocre eh. Parang, oo, syempre, sino ba namang ayaw? Ganun yung sagot. Parang walang
Pilit.
conviction.
Oo.
Walang ano, walang, alam mo yun, parang walang masyadong confidence and assurance. Oo.
Oo, hindi talaga hindi sa kanila, wala kasing ibang tamang sagot dun sa tanong na yun eh. Kung tanungin mo na gusto mo ba mag-PBA? Siyempre, gusto ko mag-PBA. Pero hindi siya it's not something that, it doesn't sound like yun talaga yung hinahangad mo, like you're not striving for it eh. Kasi siyempre kung ibigay, sige, pero parang ganun yung dating, right? So your goal at that time was to, like, talagang sky's the limit, right? Which is really good, right? Because the effort you're gonna put into making that dream reality, talaga, like, you probably, naintindihan mo na ba, like, what it would take at that point as an 8, 9-year-old to get to the NBA? Like, did you have an understanding of the amount of effort and hard work that journey would require from you?
Medyo naintindihan ko na, medyo alam ko na sobrang hirap yung practice. Pero ang hindi ko na parang na-prepare yung sarili ko, yung gaano kahirap mag-perform at a high level kahit injured ka o kahit nararamdaman kang masakit. So yun yung medyo hindi na pumasok sa isip ko. Basta para sa akin, basta mag-hard work ka, positive ka, i-trust the Lord, kahit magka-injury ka, gagaling ka kagad. Yun yung ano ko nun eh. Yun yung mindset ko nun, wala agad yan, parang gano'n. Pero yun na hindi ko na-prepare yung gano'n.
Pero ito yung this was still in your elementary high school years or ito na yung sa PBA na tinutukoy mo?
Well, yung sa elementary high school days, ito na yung medyo nakikita ko na gaano kahirap yung required training. Pero
Ah.
yung na-realize ko na lang yung mga injuries yung sa PBA na. Kumbaga nung elementary ako, hindi ko naisip na mahirap pala maglaro pag may masakit sa'yo.
Mm. Oo. Ang
'Di
bilis
ba?
gumaling eh. Pag bata,
Oo,
ang bilis
totoo.
gumaling eh. Kahit masakit, mawawala pag naglaro na eh. Di ba? Nakakalimutan mo
Tama,
may injury ka pala.
oo. So
Um,
yun.
Meron ka bang nun? Like, as you were growing up, meron ka bang mga step goals that you set for yourself? Kasi ultimate goal would be NBA, but that's years away. I'm sure you understood that. So meron ka bang mga goals na sinet for like elementary, high school, and even for college, especially since ang dami mo na-achieve college level eh.
Yun, ang ganda nung ano mo, ang ganda ng tanong. Napag-usapan namin yan ng mga best friend ko kagabi, yung mga kaklase ko sa Siena College, Quezon City. Ay, shoutout kay Neil saka kay Isaiah. Ano yan, kakilala rin ni, ano yan, ni Glenn, ay ni Bernard kasi
Bernard.
mga teammates din namin yan. Tapos si Neil, kapitbahay rin naman ni Bernard. So,
Right.
napag-usapan namin yung short term saka long term goals. 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. So, yung long term, binanggit ko na kanina, yung
Mm.
PBA. Pero yung short term, marami akong short term goals noon. Ang mga short term goals ko, kailangan, lahat ng MVP sa liga makuha ko. Kailangan pati defensive player of the year makuha ko. Kailangan championship makuha ko lahat. And then yung points, okay lang naman kahit yung points saktuhan lang basta importante I make my teammates better, ma-improve ko yung assist ko, yung rebounding ko, parang triple double ba yung dating.
Oo.
Kasi growing up ang idol ko kasi talaga si Scottie Pippen eh. Siya yung ultimate idol ko. And then sa PBA naman, ang ultimate idol ko si Johnny Abarrientos. So
Ang layo
inaaral ko
nung
yung
dalawa.
oo. Kasi hindi ako gano'n katangkad nung elementary ako eh. So inisip ko baka point guard lang ako. And so tinitingnan ko yung offensive skills, yung leadership, saka yung IQ ni Johnny A, saka yung ano niya, yung assist and steals niya. Namamayagpag din siya doon. And kay Scottie Pippen, ganoon din naman. Kasi two-way
Mm.
player sila actually. Hindi lang
Mm.
medyo halata kay Johnny Barrientos, pero two-way. Sobrang galing niya sa defense, saka sa steals yan. Si Scottie naman, very evident. Talagang siya yung primary perimeter defender. Sila ni MJ ang best perimeter defenders ng time nila.
Yeah.
Sila yung ayun, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, saka
Uh,
Kobe, di ba? So,
si Pippen, ano rin yan eh, de facto point guard din nila from time to time eh. Diba?
tama, ganda nung sinabi mo kasi nung second three-peat na nila. First three-peat kasi, Paxson, and then BJ Armstrong, yun ang mga point guard sila eh. Pero nung second three-peat, nung dumating na si Rodman, 95-96, nag-adjust si Phil Jackson. Ginawa niyang big lineup. So, ginawa niyang point
Ron
guard si Pippen,
Harper. Oo.
Harper ang 3, to si Jordan, 4 si Rodman, 5 si Luke Longley. So yun, na ano naman sa kanila na naging beneficial naman kasi imagine si Pippen ang didepensa sa point guard.
Oo.
Kayang-kaya niya, di ba? Full court press pa. So yun, yun ang ano ko, yun ang mga short-term goals ko lahat ng mga pwedeng makuha. Kasama Rookie of the Year, syempre. Pwedeng makuhang awards. Ano ko, papipilitin kong makuha.
Nice. Balik lang ako dun sa mindset, right? So yung mindset kanina is aim high, right? Tapos trust in God, right? And then work hard, right? Hindi ba ano siya? Like how do you reconcile that mindset in versus becoming more competitive and becoming more accountable for your own success and failure?
Well,
Does that make sense? May sense
oo.
ba yung question? Like baka kasi meron iba ma-misinterpret yun na regardless kahit na anong mangyari, ano naman si God yung bahala dyan versus taking ownership and really getting things na you want to accomplish, like yung mga short-term goals na nabanggit mo kanina.
Well, first of all, nung bata ako, hanggang mga 2010, ano ako hard failure ako eh. Pag natatalo ko, talagang nahihirapan ako tanggapin. Nahirapan ako matulog, tapos naapektuhan talaga ako. Regarding naman dun sa sa mga goals ko naman, kasi the bigger the goal, the harder the grind eh. 'Di ba?
Mm.
Tinanong mo kanina, alam mo na ba nung 8, 9, 10 years old ka yung hard work required para makamit yung medyo hindi ko naman sinasabing alam ko lahat kasi nga yung sa injury, hindi ko naman na-expect. Pero medyo alam ko na yung hirap, yung degree of difficulty kung tawagin. Medyo ko na siya nakikita ko na siya ng konti. And regarding naman sa goal na medyo misleading, doon ka pa rin papasok sa will ni Lord. Kasi syempre, meron kang goal. Pero hindi lahat yun, ano yun ni Lord. Tutuparin niya kasi nga, di ba, the Lord, God answers prayers in 3 ways, di ba? Yes, no, saka not yet, di ba?
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
wait. So, very very simple. Pag hindi binigay ni Lord, it's either no or not yet.
Mm.
So, doon ka papasok sa submission. Surrender ka kay Lord. Basta ito, goal ko, Lord, bahala ka na if it's your will. Kung yung will natin align. Kung hindi naman, alam ko naman na mas maganda ibibigay.
Hmm. So, if ever, like kasi yung ibang athletes, kunyari nag-fail sila, no? May goal na let's say mag-champion or at least yung mga kakilala ko, mag-champion tapos tas hindi nag-champion. Parang ang ginagawa nila is sinisisi nila yung sarili nila, which
Mm.
makes it which drives them to work even harder.
Mm.
Doesn't yung bang ewan ko baka mali lang yung pagkaintindi ko. Pero in that case where you accept that it's not the Lord's will yet, does that also mean na you're not blaming yourself, you're not getting extra motivation to improve yourself even more?
Ang ganda ng tanong mo kasi if you submit so much, baka maging passive ka naman, maging lax ka,
Yon.
di ba?
Oo.
So, naintindihan ko yung tanong mo. Kasi you should never nabasa ko yan kay Phil Jackson sa libro niya na 11 Rings. Sabi
Mm.
niya, a lot of people try to conquer fire. So ano ba yung fire? Yun yung anger. A lot of people try to conquer anger, but you should never die down the fire. Hindi mo dapat patayin yung sunog. But rather, use that fire as a drive, as a as a motivation, as an encouragement to be better. Kasi nga you have a big God eh. 'Di ba? Bakit hindi mo siya i-trust na dahil sa nangyari na 'yon, kasi inallow ni Lord yung failure na 'yon eh. At at hindi naman very normal pero most of the time may mga episodes tayo sa buhay natin na sinisisi natin yung sarili natin, tama?
Mm.
Pero inaalaw ni Lord 'yon kasi yun eh, magiging it will serve as a fire, as a drive for motivation to be better. 'Di ba? Makakadagdag yun sa experience, sa maturity, sa completeness, sa contentedness. So, kumbaga, wag mo patayin yung sunog, but rather, of course, you don't use that anger to hurt people, to speak abusive languages, 'di ba? To try to maliitin or insult people kasi gano'n ang tendency natin 'pag nasa height tayo ng emotion natin, 'di ba? We cannot control our emotions. Kaya nga never decide at the height of the emotion, 'di ba? 'Pag sobrang saya, hindi natin pwede sabihin, "Nilibre ko kayo lahat." 'Pag sobra
Oo.
pag sobrang lungkot naman, hindi naman tayo pwede magsalita ng na minsan tayo, nagsasabi na tayo ng mga sama ng loob. Kailangan control pa rin natin yung tongue natin. Ngayon, yung fire na yun, we use it to better and improve ourselves.
So ang approach dapat is from what I'm getting from you sa Lord, ano ba yung tinatry mong ituro sa akin? Parang gano'n. Let's say ang prayer mo game day, right? Game 7 or game 3 ng finals, kung best of 3 or whatever. Siyempre, pray ka kinagabihan before ka matulog, pagkagising, pray ka, you really want the championship. Tapos, natalo, right? So I think, ang sinasabi mo dito is the prayer should be, Lord, alam ko will mo to, pero ano ba yung tinuturo mo sa akin? Bakit hindi mo binigay? Ano yung plano mo for me? Right? Kailangan ko bang mag-work harder or ano bang kailangan kong gawin next? Parang ganun yung right? Yeah.
Tama ka, ang ganda ng sinabi mo doon na brother diyan, 'di ba? Ano ba yung gusto mo ituro sa akin? Kumbaga, show me the way, 'di ba? Kailangan may
Yeah.
communication tayo kay Lord. And lagi naman na nakikwento na imagine mo yung greatest player ever was cut during his sophomore year, 'di ba? Yung second
Yeah.
year niya ata, 'di ba? Si Jordan kinat sa varsity team. So kumbaga, ibig sabihin even the best, 'di ba, fall down sometimes.
Oo. Oo.
'Di
Narinig
ba
ko rin
sabi
isa pang
nila?
maganda na na very relevant sa sinasabi mo is like most of success is built on failure. It's very
Mm.
hard to build success from success kasi doon ka nagle-learn eh. Doon ka nagle-level up ng skills mo doon pag nahirapan. Um, So ano naman, so my next question, medyo practical, right? For parents siguro that have kids in elementary or high school that are supporting kids in elementary or high school that want to be varsity players, mga ganyan, ma-recruit and maybe become scholars. As a basketball player in those early days, how do you stand out versus the competition? Kasi ang lawak eh, right? Like sometimes the marginal difference in skill konti lang eh, right? Like gets mo? I mean, hindi ganun kalayo yung mga agwat ng mga skills. How do you stand out as a player?
Before answering, yung binanggit mo kasing failure kanina, kasing failure is not really actually failure. Failure is not actually failure. Failure is if you spell fail, 'di ba? F-A-I-L. F-A-I-L means first attempt in learning. So hindi talaga siya
Oo,
failure.
oo,
In
oo.
life, it's either you win or you learn. There's no such thing as losing. So yun lang
Yes,
yun. Either
yes,
you
yes.
win or you learn. So yun, dun
Oo.
sa next question mo naman, nalala ko kasi
Thank you
nung bata.
for correcting that. That's very powerful. I also read that failure is not real. It's feedback. Kumbaga feedback lang that will help you get better. So,
Tama.
yeah.
Salamat din sa natutunan ko. Na sinabi mo. So yun, nalala ko kasi yung coach namin nung elementary na high school, si Coach Bang Tumapat. Sabi niya, minsan lang kayo maging bata. So gawin niyo na yung pinakamaganda. Ang haba nung adulthood, sobrang haba from like sabihin na natin 25 to hanggang buhay ka.
Mm.
Adult ka, di ba? So minsan lang kayo maging bata, gawin niyo na yung pinakamaganda. So how do you stand out? So, the more you practice than other kids, mas lamang ka. Sabi nga ni Gilbert Arenas dati, while everyone is resting, everyone is being complacent, I'm practicing, di ba? So, pag yung mga teammates mo, masyadong uminom na marami, pag mas konti ka na inom, mas lamang ka sa kanila. Pag yung mga teammates mo umiinom na soft drinks tapos hindi ka umiinom na soft drinks, lamang ka na naman. Pag mga teammates mo kumakain ng chichirya, hindi ka kumakain ng chichirya, lamang ka na naman. So yung mga yung mga small departments na yan na makakabigay sa'yo ng edge, kailangan bigyan mo ng premium. Bigyan mo ng
Yeah.
emphasis, 'di ba? Kasi minsan ka lang maging bata eh. Like sa lalaki, sinasabi nila hanggang 25 years old yung paglaki. Pero
Mm.
minsan 18, 19 pala nag-stop na 'yun sa'yo, 'di ba? So bakit, 'di ba? Siyempre number one ang genes, 'di ba? Pero marami ring tulong yung mga ibang teammates mo lagi nagpupuyat. So ikaw hindi ka nagpupuyat, so lamang ka na ulit. Yung mga teammates mo hindi natutulog paghapon, gano'n, after ng school. Ikaw natutulog ka kahit mga 20-minute naps, power naps, lamang ka na naman. Kasi nga sobrang ikli lang yung yung childhood eh. So gawin mo na yung
Oo.
pinakamaganda. Gawin mo na yung pinaka the best na formula na pwede ilagay sa sa katawan mo kasi pagdating nga ng 25, wala na, stop na yung growth mo. I mean
Yun na
sa
yun.
physical. Yun na
Oo.
yun. Tapos yung skills mo baka pakunti-kunti na lang yung pag-improve kasi ang dami mo nang na-acquire na bad habits eh, from
Oo.
nag-start ka ng basketball hanggang mga 2021 ka eh. So yung na yan, yung period na yan, very crucial. So ngayon, as parents naman, always pause and pray muna kasi baka naman masyado tayong hard sa natin, sa kids natin na imbis na ma-motivate sila at ma-encourage pa nila, mahirapan pa sila to live up the expectations, di ba? Lalo pag yung daddy dating magaling na player, syempre grabe yung pressure. Hindi
Oo.
lang peer pressure, lahat ng klaseng pressure meron. So kailangan pause and pray, di ba? Pause ka muna bago ka kasi syempre kailangan pagalitan mo rin yung anak mo pero in a loving manner, di ba? Yung hindi mo siya pinapahiya, hindi ka nagmumura, ganun, para hindi siya ma-degrade, di ba? Tapos nagpe-pray ka rin, Lord, ano dapat use me, Lord. Kumbaga, put words on my mouth. Ano ba dapat sabihin ko sa anak ko, di ba? Very important yung pause and pray.
Yan. Thank you for sharing that, Dylan. So dun sa first part, I think what you're saying is you have to be cognizant talaga. Maintindihan mo lahat ng possible advantage na pwede mong makuha, kunin mo. I think ganyan din si Kobe. No? Grabe rin work ethic, grabe rin disiplina. Instead of going out to clubs, madaming kwento actually. Instead of going out to clubs, he would sleep in, work out, yung diet niya, everything. So take as many advantages as you can and really dedicate yourself to maximizing every possible advantage so that you would stand out. Sleep, no? Sleep is important. Sleep,
Rest.
the
Oo.
nutrition, tsaka practice. Ayun. And then yung sa parents naman, no? I think yung pinaka-importante doon is just making sure na naintindihan ng bata that love mo sila, right? That they're more important than even basketball siguro, kahit marami kang pangarap sa anak mo maging yung mga frustration mo nung bata ka baka maging source din ng rift between parent and child. Oo. So yun. So thank you for for sharing. Did you ever feel na your all of the effort that you were doing was not giving you any fruits? Parang ganun, like you were working so hard and kahit hindi mo nakikita yung yung result ng effort na yun. And if yes, how did you like manage your emotions in that situation?
Well, yeah, actually ngayon na nafi-feel ko na may nafi-feel ako ng ganyan mga sama ng loob na yung may mga hard work ako na hindi ako nag-benefit, gano'n. Or kung nag-benefit man ako, hindi gano'n kadami or konti lang. Pero nga like the fire, 'di ba? You use that fire to help yourself improve, to learn more, to grow, to mature. And so solution, how do I cope with it? Ayun, God first pa rin. Balik ka pa rin kay Lord kasi if you need comfort, you ask the Lord for comfort, 'di ba? If you need wisdom, if you need understanding, just ask the Lord. If you need discernment, if you need peace, He will freely give it to you. Kasi nga if he spared his own son for us, Jesus Christ, how can He not give us generously all things, 'di ba? So yun yung ano ko, lagi akong may open communication, open relationship kay Lord. Na bigyan mo ako na ito, tanggalin mo yung sama ng loob ko, Lord. Although hindi naman agad-agad natatanggal, pero may peace, may joy. Kasi syempre, magkaiba yung joy sa happiness, di ba? Happiness is temporary, joy is permanent. Pero I always keep in mind also na prepare din ako ni Lord for the next generation. Kasi yung mga hard work, yung mga learning na ginawa ko, minsan hindi para sa akin Minsan para sa anak ko, sa anak ng kaibigan ko, sa anak ng coach ko, or sa apo ko o sa apo ng hanggang yan third to fourth generation yan kung nabubuhay ka pa So sila yung pwede rin mag-benefit nung nung mga learnings mo
Oo.
Oo.
And no? Like one other thing na naisip ko rin about dun sa advantages kanina is it compounds Lahat nung ginagawa mo, lahat ng hard work mo, it compounds. Pwede hindi ka man mag-benefit ngayon, but as long as you keep building on yourself, working on yourself, it keeps compounding. Tapos eventually, it's gonna result in you becoming a different person na it could help you achieve your goals, and to your point, help you become someone that could lead the next generation of players ba to? Are you players or leaders or something like that,
Oo. Any human being.
Oh, you human being. So So I guess parang alam ko na yung sagot mo dito eh. Pero how did you how did you keep yourself inspired when all of those injuries happened?
Well,
Naka-receive ka ba ng word kay Lord that you were gonna get back to your old form? Or kasi ako na ACL din ako eh. And at some point I was able to I had thoughts about like never going back to basketball. Baka ito na yun. Like, so in a way, you're at a crossroads, right? Like where makakabalik pa ba ako or hindi na? Like what is the will of the Lord in that situation? So did you feel that way, and how did you go through that situation?
well, hindi ko sasabing unique kasi nangyari na rin 'to sa ibang mga tao, pero medyo different kasi yung yung naging walk na binigay sa akin ni Lord. Kasi, nung may mga injuries na kasi ako, actually hindi na ako bumalik dun sa old form ko, eh. Kaya lang ako nakakalaro ng competitive, basketball hanggang ngayon dahil yun nga, sa discipline and hard work sa workout, sa nutrition, gano'n.
Mm.
Tapos, siyempre yung prayer life, gano'n. Dun lang ako nakakabalik. Pero yung talagang dating hindi ko pa nararamdaman ulit. So, bakit ko sinasabing medyo unique ng konti? Kasi ang nangyari kasi sa akin nung na-injury ako, nung na-injury, napakadaming injuries talaga, as in. After nun parang kakatapos na ng isa, may bago na naman. Tapos hindi pa nga tapos yung isa, may bago na naman. Tapos surgery, gano'n. Nung time kasi na yun, ah, in-invite ako nung mga teammates ko sa Ginebra, sila JJ Helterbrand, sila Kirby Raimundo, yan, sila Rudy Hatfield. Ini-invite nila ako sa Bible study. So ngayon, na-addict ako sa Bible study kasi lahat ng tanong ko sa buhay nasagot through the Bible verses. Saka ginay din ako nila Kuya Rudy Hatfield, gano'n. And ayun, na-addict ako kasi bukod sa nasasagot ko yung mga Bible, yung mga tanong ko, lahat ng tanong ko sa life, bakit nangyari 'to, bakit nangyari 'yan. Eh, 'pag nagse-share ako ng Bible verse sa iba kong friends, naso-solve din yung nila, yung mga suliranin nila, yung mga problems nila. Tapos magugulat ako, yun na yung status verse nila sa Facebook or sa Instagram. So siya, very peaceful, joyful, and fulfilling yung, yung naramdaman ko dahil doon. And, kaya pala ako, tapos nalaman ko, kaya pala ako lagi na-injury. Kasi kung hindi ako na-injury, malamang stay lang ako sa Ginebra. Hindi ako matitrade. Ngayon, kaya pala ako na-injury kasi ginawa akong missionary ni Lord. So, ang nangyari sa
Mm.
akin, sa bawat team na pinuntahan ko, nagse-set up kami ng Bible study once a week hanggang ngayon. And dami ko
Ay,
naging
taga?
teams. Imagine mo sa PBA, naka 10 teams ako. Tapos after nun, nag-choose to go. May troops to
Oo.
go. Tapos PBA 3-on-3 meron din. Tapos yung mga anak-anak ng mga kaibigan ko nagpapaturo ng basketball, gano'n. Tapos yung mga ibang mga friends nagpapa-skills, gano'n. After namin or before, mag-practice, short Bible study muna kami, gano'n. So yun na yung journey. Ginawa ko missionary ni Lord at naramdaman ko na mahal pa rin ako ni Lord kasi doon pa rin na ako nilagay sa basketball. Kumbaga doon ako nagmi-missionary
Wow.
sa basketball field. So gano'n, eh. Medyo iba, eh. Medyo iba yung nangyari sa'kin.
Ang galing, no? Like,
Oo.
iba talaga kung paano yung plano ni Lord. Hindi mo talaga hindi mo talaga ma-predict no matter what you do, kahit na ano pang pagpaplano mo sa sarili mo. Like, the Lord knows what it should be, like what your life should be, and dun ka talaga mapupunta eh. So, I'm really glad that the Lord used you in that way kasi kahit papaano, marami ka pa rin na touch na buhay, na inspire and na sharean ng Word of God, I'm sure. Pero gulat ako si Rudy Hatfield.
Yun na
Siya
nga,
yung
eh.
di ba?
Actually, nakalimutan ko sabihin, eh. Grabe si Rudy 'pag nakita mo akala mo wrestler, gano'n. Hilig niya
Wild eh.
sa wrestling. Yeah, wild siya ta's very aggressive sa court. Pero 'pag nakasama mo siya sa Bible study akala mo pastor, eh. Sobrang daming alam sa Bible. 'Pag
Ah.
excuse me, kinikwento ko 'to sa inyo, hindi kayo maniniwala, eh. Pero 'pag nakasama niyo si Kuya Rudy, grabe. Ang dami niyang
Si
tapos may
Mister, I want to thank myself.
oo, 'di ba? Grabe 'yun, ibang klase. Talagang mabibilib ka, iba si Kuya Rudy sa off the court.
So ano yun, persona niya lang or ano, like grabe lang talaga yung respeto niya kay Lord, pagmamahal niya kay Lord na nag-iibang tao siya or ano ba yun?
Ah, kasi yung championship nila nung na-interview siya yung It's Because of Me, yung gumanon siya, 'di ba?
Oo.
Hindi ako kasi sure kung ano kung Christian na yung puso ni Kuya Rudy nun eh. Baka kasi
Okay.
later on na lang siya naging naging Christian yung heart niya eh. Yung relationship niya kay Lord baka later on na lang eh. Pero ano rin kasi kumbaga marami rin kasing ginawang miracle si Lord para sa buhay ni Kuya Rudy, like yung okay yung relationship niya sa wife niya kahit dito siya naglalaro sa Pilipinas. Tapos yun nga, kumbaga ang dami na niyang kids ngayon. Kumbaga parang nakita niyang amazing si Lord, and all he can do is to glorify and show gratitude. So yun na lang parang repayment ni ni Kuya Rudy dahil sa mga amazing things na ginawa. Saka siyempre amazing career. Nakita mo naman
Yeah.
yung career ni Kuya sa
Oo.
basketball.
Level no?
Dennis Rodman, di ba?
Oo. Mr. 110%.
Oo.
Yeah. Oo. Galing, no? And even Rudy Hatfield is more thankful for the things outside of basketball, no? Kung tutusin, like he has so much to be thankful for, but based on what you shared, yun talaga yung ano niya eh. Like everything outside basketball is what he seems to be, at least from someone who just heard your story, parang yun pa talaga yung naging appreciation niya. Oo. So Dylan, what's next for you now? Are you still playing professionally or I saw your Facebook page na yung BFit for kids training in taekwondo and basketball, but maybe you can share to everyone that's listening what's next for you in your career and in your life as a Christian and basketball player.
Wala. Bali naglalaro pa rin naman ako. Kumbaga dito sa inaugural PBA 3x3. First ever PBA 3x3. Maglalaro ulit ako. And kumbaga on the side, ayan, tumutulong-tulong ako sa mga kaibigan para sa mga basketball clinics nila. Ayun, minsan nag-guest ako, nag-share ako ng mga konting natutunan sa kanila, and syempre nag-share din ng mga pwedeng mga advice, gano'n, from the Lord, syempre. And then, medyo busy ako kasi, baga parang, madalas kasi 3 times a day ako nag-workout eh. Workout sa
Training, no?
umaga,
Oo.
skills training sa hapon, tapos may workout ulit sa gabi. Pero more of sinasabay ko yung yung mga ibang kaibigan natin na mga magpapadraft pa lang sa PBA. Kumbaga, nag-share ako ng mga konting mga skills na natutunan ko rin sa mga coaches ko ng mga ibang teammates, 'di ba? And ayun, iba naman mga nagpa-draft na sa PBA, yung iba naman nasa PBA pa, iba nasa UAP, iba naman bata pa. Kumbaga kung sino lang gusto sumabay. Pero syempre depende rin sa availability, kasi ayoko naman magsabi ng date tapos sabihin ko, consistent to every MWF pa. Hindi naman ako nagaganon. Kasi syempre may mga team ano rin kami, responsibility sa
Team
PBA 3X,
commitments. Mm.
team commitment, syempre inaayos ko rin yung mga film viewing, di ba? O ito, ganito dapat yung galaw, gayahin mo tong player na to, ganun. Kailangan i-cut mo yun eh, di ba? I-edit mo yung video eh. So inaayos namin yun. Saka ang dami namin Bible study, almost Monday to Saturday. Tapos
Talaga?
may church ng
Wow.
may church on Sunday, pero ano naman, ginagawa naman namin ngayon, na-alternate namin yung Thursday and Saturday. So yung Thursday Bible study saka yung Saturday Bible study every other week. So yun naman, tapos invite ng invite. Kumbaga medyo God's kingdom ang focus natin ngayon, di ba? Furthering or advancing God's kingdom or God's work. Kumbaga minsan pag Bible study tigil lahat ng gawa or mahati lahat ng gawa. Kasi syempre mag-i-invite ka, gagawa ka ng group message sa mga sa groups, and then magpo-post ka sa status mo sa Facebook, and then kakamustahin mo yung mamaya tayo 6 PM, mamaya tayo 8
Time
PM.
follow-up eh.
Siyempre, oo, may mga follow-up na gano'n. So, talagang nakakaano rin, nakakaubos ng oras. Pero yun nga, para kay Lord naman. So, kahit minsan na nakakapagod din, kumbaga okey lang para kay Lord naman 'to, para kay Lord. Oo.
Oo. Actually nakita kita nung minsan sa Sheridan, sa Gold's Gym dun sa may Sheridan. I think training niyo yun for 3-on-3. Nandun din
Books
si
to go.
nun eh.
Oo.
Oo, si CJ Perez nandun yata tsaka si Joshua Munson.
Yun yung para
Oo.
sa Olympic qualifying tournament,
Oo.
yung preparation natin. Kaso yun nga, medyo hindi lang tayo nag-qualify, pero yun nga, parang sinabi mo kanina, build up siya for the future.
Yeah.
Makukuha rin natin yan, makaka-qualify din tayo din.
Oo, compounding yan. The power of compounding. Yeah. Pero mukhang pa-transition ka na sa coaching based on like yung film study na shinare mo. Is that something that you're parang entertaining or maybe may interest ka rin at some point in the future?
Oo, kung mabigyan naman ako ng coaching job, why not? Kasi meron din ako mga natutunan na excited din ako i-share sa iba. Plus, syempre yung word ni God na syempre yung mga promises ni God sa Bible talagang tutuparin niya yun eh. There are like more than 6,000 promises of the Lord in the Bible, at pag sinabi niya yun, tutuparin niya yun. So gusto ko marinig ng mga tao yun, di ba? At bawat isa sa atin may message si Lord para sa atin every day. So gusto ko marinig din nila yun. And ayun, kung may coaching offer, why not, ba? Why
Yeah.
not makatulong tayo, not only basketball, syempre pwede rin tayong life coach, di ba?
Yeah.
Financial din, konti. Oo.
Nice, nice. So yeah, parang kasi right? Ang dami mo ng sa dami ng years mo, not only in the basketball industry, like the sports industry. I think marami ka talagang ma-share, right? Like tawag doon, marami ka ng wisdom na pwedeng ipasa. Yun nga gaya sabi mo sa future generation, right? Like a lot of people na ewan ko on your end, pero I have a lot of friends na hindi na guide nung high school. Ang galing pa naman mag-basketball, pero hindi umabot ng meron akong mga friends na team A, team B, ganyan, sa Letran, pero hindi nila natuloy kasi they didn't have the guidance and the inspiration. So I think that's something that would really be beneficial kung kaya mo rin yun gawin or something. I don't know. Yun. So, I just have two final questions. I want to be respectful of your time. So this is coming from a book of one of the podcasters that I really admire, si Tim Ferriss. I think you've heard of him. So he's the one who wrote 4 Hour Work Week, and then the questions here are coming from his book. The Tribe of Mentors. And let me just pull it up. So in that book, he prepared some questions that he asked famous people, successful people. So I just took two of those questions, and we can end with those. So the first question is, how has a failure or apparent failure set you up for later success? Or put differently, do you have a favorite failure of yours?
Well, actually wala akong favorite failure.
Ganyan
Kasi
sa'yo eh.
kumbaga lahat sila hindi masaya at it's always easier said than done, pero kapag may failure na nangyari, alam ko na once na ma-withstand ko yung failure na yon, blessings will surely come. So, laging gano'n eh, 'di ba? After ng rain, may sunshine, 'di ba? After ng typhoon, yun nga, may sunshine, 'di ba? May good day,
Rainbow, yeah.
rainbow, tama ka. So, kung titingnan mo yung lifetime mo, kahit sino nakikinig sa atin or bakit tuwing may failure ta's na-withstand mo yon, nalagpasan mo yon, nag-stand firm ka, you kept the faith, 'di ba? Bakit nandun na kaagad yung blessings, 'di ba? Ngayon, Bakit naman minsan after ng failure, meron pang isa? Well, kasi hindi natin winistand enough, di ba? Hindi natin, hindi
Hindi
tayo
tayo nag-learn. Yung gusto ituro
learn.
sa atin ni God, hindi natin na-learn pa. Kaya umulit or something ganun. Oo.
Tama, saka we leaned on our own understanding, di ba? Hindi natin sinurrender kay Lord, hindi tayo nagtanong. Pero kung ginawa natin yon, kumbaga nag-trust tayo kay Lord with all our hearts, di ba? Bakit nandun na kagad yung blessing, di ba? Yung tipong nandun ka na sa point na hindi mo na talaga kaya, pero nag-withstand ka pa rin. Lord, matutulog na ako, ikaw na bahala sa lahat. Sama na ng loob ko, ganun. Ikaw na bahala. Pero kinabukasan may blessing. Bakit ganun? Kasi nga, sinabi niya sa Bible na if you withstand, di ba? I promise that I will give you blessings, di ba? I will give you rewards, di ba? So, kumbaga, yung failures, yun nga, pinag-usapan natin kanina, kumbaga, more of learning siya. Hindi
Yeah.
talaga siya losing, di ba? First attempt in learning. So, it's either you win or lose nga. So, kapag may failure, kumbaga, i-exercise natin or i-train natin yung mind natin, after nito, ito na yung blessing. Although easier said than done, ha?
Yeah,
Kaya
yeah, yeah.
syempre, by the grace of God, masasanay tayo, magiging good habit natin na pag dumating yung failure, like pandemic, after nito, actually, naniwala nga ako habang ngayong pandemic, may blessing na eh. Kasi minsan yung blessing hindi naman para sa atin eh. Minsan tayo yung blessing sa ibang tao, di ba? Di ba ang sarap ng feeling na yun? Na meron
Oo.
kang kaibigan na
Better to
nangangailangan.
give than to receive. No?
Tama ka
Yeah.
doon, di ba? Kasi sometimes the blessing is not for us, but for us to be a blessing to others, di ba? God gives, God blesses us for us to be a blessing to others. So yun, yun ang yun ang masasagot ko sa ni Mr. Ferrell na na kapag may failure, ayan na, kasunod na niyang blessings.
Yeah. Definitely. Or nag-grow ka as an individual and as a person. So that's also valuable.
Win-win pa rin.
Win-win pa rin. Oo. The other question is, in the last 5 years, what new belief or habit has most improved your life?
Okay, so dun sa question na yun, nasabi mo na yung answer ko, bro. The my answer is improve. So, in the last 5 years, ang napansin ko na we should never aim for perfection. Kasi we're not perfect beings but we aim for improvement.
Mm.
Ang sagot ko dun, bro, progress, not perfection.
Uy, post ko yan eh.
Di ba?
Oo. Oo.
So, every
Oo.
day, you try your best to improve. And then the next day, you ask yourself, mas marami ba akong na-shoot ngayon kaysa kahapon? Or mas tinamad ako ngayon mag-shooting kaysa kahapon? Mas mabigat ba yung binuhat ko this week kaysa last week? O mas magaan yung binuhat ko? Mas trinit ko ba yung parents ko, yung wife ko, yung girlfriend ko well this week? O mas worse than last week? So yun yung gauge natin on how we improve ourselves, di ba? Mas nag-trust ba ako kay Lord ngayon? Or mas okay yung last week, di ba? So yun yung natutunan ko for the past 5 years. Kasi pag you aim for perfection, gusto mo kagad maging kasing galing ni Kyrie Irving mag-dribble. Tapos sabihin mo sa sarili mo, 5 years na, hindi pa rin ako kasing galing ni Kyrie. Kasi nag-focus ka sa mapofrustrate ka, madidemoralize ka. Una-una yung jeans nun, iba. Yung training nun, iba. Yung pagkain, lahat. Nasa Amerika
Oo.
yon, competition, lahat. Highest level, di ba? Pero, kasi nga, nag-focus ka sa perfection. Pero, kung nag-focus ka sa improvement, dun mo marirealize na, mas okay ako sa last year. Mas gumaling yung handles ko. Kaysa last year, naging better teammate ako. Nakaka-shoot na ako ngayon galing sa double combination. Tapos tira. Dati, sa spot up lang ako pag nag-dribble na ako, hindi na ako makashoot. So, doon mo mag-gauge. Tapos, pag nag-focus ka pa sa perfection, pwede ka mag-plateau. So, ibig sabihin, hanggang doon ka na lang. Like, parang sinabi mo kanina, meron ka mga teammates na nag-varsity, nag-team B, nag-team A. Pero, yung iba, hindi natin lalahatin, di ba? Yung iba, parang hanggang doon na lang. Yung iba, magaling elementary, magaling ng high school, pero nung umakyat na, hindi na magaling. Kasi, may complacency eh. So, nag-plateau na lang sila, hanggang doon na lang, hindi na nila they weren't able to get over the hump. Kasi, hindi sila nag-focus sa improvement.
Yung nag-focus sa progress. Ano
progress,
talaga eh. Oo.
the growth, di ba? Kailangan may growth, di ba?
Yeah.
So yun yung ano. Siyempre, isa sila LeBron James, isa sila Michael Jordan sa mga kita mong hindi nagplato. Pero hindi naman natin kailangan maging kasing galing ni LeBron and Michael Jordan. We can always progress in our own walks of life, di ba? On our own little ways. So yun.
Yeah, every individual is different. We have our own, ano, di ba? We have our own trajectory. Especially, ano eh, like God created us, like He had a plan for us even before we were born. So si LeBron, I'm sure, na-achieve niya yung full potential niya given na andyan na siya eh, right? And that's probably God's plan for him. But all of us have our own individual plans. And like yourself, di ba? Who would expect na injuries are actually part of God's plan for you, and it led you to becoming a blessing to so many people in your world and even outside of it. So yun, bro, Dylan, thank you so much for your time. That's really all I had, but I enjoyed this discussion, every minute of it. Is there any way where I and maybe my viewers can support you through social media or whatever it is? Meron ka ba mga projects that we can support or anything like that?
Ayun, thank you bro. Siyempre, huwag nating kakalimutan yung ating Chocobambam Nourishment. Ito yung ating prevention sa lahat ng mga problema natin, mga health issues natin. So, ingredients niya are cacao, turmeric, and mixed herbs. Pero wala po siyang sugar. Saka all
Nice.
natural po siya. And for all ages. Pwede siya sa baby, sa matanda, pwede rin sa mga pets kasi wala siyang sugar. So, ito po
Right.
yung iniinom namin since mga late 2013. At yun, after nun, medyo hindi na po kami nagkaka-injury. So, ito yung all
Nice.
natural. Gawa ni Lord kasi syempre, gawa lang naman ni Lord ang magpapagaling at magpe-prevent sa atin sa lahat ng mga sickness. Kasi syempre, yung mga herbs, vegetables, yung mga fruits, yung mga gawa ni Lord, they are they are made for food and healing. Yan lang naman ang ano niyan. Yan lang naman ang purpose bakit siya ginawa ni Lord. So yan ang Chocobambam at makikita mo yan sa Dylan Ababou Facebook ko at syempre may Facebook page siya, Chocobambam Nourishment. May Instagram din ito sa @Dylan Ababou. Instagram ko yon at may sarili din siyang Instagram na @Chocobambam_nourishment. So make sure follow nyo yan and like and syempre pass nyo. I-share nyo sa iba. At syempre gawa rin ng Chocobambam ang Stingray Therapeutic Spray. Siya, spray siya sa muscles, gano'n. Pero all natural din siya. Puro ano lang din ang laman nito, puro mga leaves, gano'n, puro mga oil, yung mga natural. And it's used for, syempre, muscle relief, anti-mosquito, anti-itch, anti-burns, and hindi siya greasy. So after mo siya gamitin, pwede ka mag-cellphone agad, di ba?
Nice.
So okay siya. So kailangan masubukan yung Stingray Therapeutic Spray na sa Facebook din yan, saka @Stingray Therapeutic Spray sa Instagram. So Chocobambam Nourishment and Stingray Therapeutic Spray. Thank you very much, bro.
Salamat bro. Yung Chocobambam, how often iniinom yan? Every day? Once a day?
So yung Chocobambam, twice a day yan.
Twice a day? Breakfast and dinner?
Preferably before breakfast and before dinner para
Yan.
ma-maximize natin yung maximum potential ng product. Pero kung makaligtaan naman, busy o kaya late na gising, gano'n, pwede pa naman after or during. Nung nagba-basketball nga kami 3-on-3, minsan umabot ako ng 10 times a day. Sobrang pagod. So 3-on-3 kasi yung games doon, pag umabot ka ng championship, 6 games ka a day. So
Yun.
minsan we
Tindi,
play
no?
every day, Monday to Sunday. So ito talaga yung natin, yung unlimited energy and syempre nutrition and prevention. Yan.
Yun.
Chocobambam Nourishment.
Order ako niyan bro. Tapos yung
Oo.
Stingray, pang ano yan? Post-workout, pwede yan, no? Post-workout,
Stingray,
saka recovery.
oo, rin siya, iwas sa pulikat yan. Pero we advise, gagamitin mo yung Stingray after mo maligo. Kasi pag naglagay ka ng Stingray tapos naligo ka, bukas yung pores mo, pwede kang pasukan ng lamig. And pag pinagpapawisan ka naman, bukas din ang pores mo, so huwag kang maglalagay. So ilalagay mo siya after maligo, saka after mo ng pag hindi ka na pinagpapawisan, bawa, Bago ka mag-bike, yan, lagay ka, hindi ka papawis. Bago ka mag-basketball, after mo maligo. And pagtapos na yung pawis mo, pero hindi ka pa maliligo, pero wala ka ng pawis, pwede ka na maglagay. So, pinaka-the best yan, bago matulog, para masarap ang tulog mo. Kasi lemon scent ito, all natural lang. Wala siyang chemicals. So, pag inamoy mo siya, saka nilagay mo siya sa skin, hindi siya nakaka-burn. Katulad ng ng mga ibang may mga chemicals. So, yun. Stingray Therapeutic Spray.
Ayun. Salamat, bro. Ano ko yan, I'm gonna add that, the links, tsaka yung mga social media platforms on the description when I upload it. This is gonna be on YouTube and Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast. So, yan.
Send ko sa'yo, bro. Thank you very much. Kasi syempre, sa basketball, 80% nutrition, 20% lang ang hard work o yung practice o yung workout. So kahit mag-workout ka ng matindi, tapos hindi mo naman pinalitan ng magandang nutrition, magkakasakit ka, hindi mo ma-achieve yung goal mo. Lalo mga athletes, matindi ang singil ng nutrition sa katawan. Dahil matindi yung nilalabas mo. So yun, Chocobambam Nourishment, wala na iba.
Yes, nice. Supportan natin yan. So Dylan, thank you so much sa time mo. We appreciate it, and we'll make sure to support you in your career, pati yung Chocobambam and the Stingray. And thank you so much for being here. And I know a lot of people will find your story very, very inspiring. And most especially your belief and strength in God will be something that people will, I'm sure, relate to and aspire to. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. And syempre, more blessings to everyone. And we declare blessings for you and your whole family and peace also. And of course, we declare good health and healing.
Thank you. Thank you. We claim it, man. Claim it. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.